Up for auction is a feeder and a tabber. This is ASTRO ATS-8900. This thing is super clean, minus a little bit of cosmetic and missing the run button, which I'm going to 3D print one for you, and I'll stick it on the info, since info really doesn't do much. I'll switch these around and put the good button here and put the 3D printed one here. All right, so real quickly, RENA makes all this. I don't care whose name's on it, FPI, Astro. This is a RENA machine. Will tab up to 3 tabs per piece, 1, 2, or 3. Will stamp up to 3 tabs per piece. Will hold the 10,000 roll stamps, and I believe this will go as big as, I'm not sure what the rewind is, but it'll go pretty big. Feeder is all friction fed, but it's one of the better ones. Everything ties together and is controlled. It's tried and true, and this thing is very, very clean. This machine only has 64,000 sheets ran through it, envelope sheets, whatever you want to call it, with a total of 128,000 tabs. That's new. I don't think anything's ever been replaced on this. Even your feed tires on the feeder are still cherry. And when these get worn out, you can actually take these two and then the two on the left and put them on the right, because they do tend to last, especially when you're running this kind of stuff. Everything's available from RENA. I have a dealer that sells all that to us directly. It's super easy to get. That's the only consumables here. These will go 1 million tabs, give or take, unless they just start to chip off from age. But again, I got no way to date this. The serial number doesn't tell me anything. I looked inside at the electronics, and I mean, I see 2019 on some stuff, 2020 on other stuff. FPI was only around since 19 when they started doing office equipment that RENA makes. So all we did was bring this in, clean it up, stuck a roll of tabs on it, and calibrated the tab head. Give you the manual with it. And again, the parts book, I have too, and I have a place to order everything from this. Trying to think what else. I'm gonna give you a tour. So this is adjustable. You can only tab, obviously, the open end or the top, 3 inches is where it's gonna place a stamp or a tab. I'm not sure what the flexibility is. It's probably about 3 inches front or back. It's not a floating head, but it will do 3 per item. It's very advanced, like it calculates everything. I was running these pretty quick too, just to show that it runs. And this connects to this. The only part that I don't see, I think they had this running in line too, because they took the feet off the feeder. So I have it up on a half a ream of paper. I'm gonna order feet for this that are the right height, and that'll be done before it's shipped. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Manual tells you how to set everything up. Thing's super clean. If you know how to read serial numbers by Astro, doesn't really tell me much. Made in the USA. Super clean. And then this right here, same thing. No date. FF30 is the feeder. 2 power cords, the interface cable. Then I have a 6-foot conveyor that I include with this. If you want it, it will make shipping a little bit more expensive, but this goes on a double pallet, like a reinforced base. We put a solid piece of wood down. This goes on the pallet. We strap it down, blanket wrap it, shrink it. The rest. This comes off. These come off. Very easy to shrink wrap and everything else. I'm going to run a demo right now, show you that everything's good. This does not come with it. This is part of one of my other machines. I need this back, but it makes it easier just to show you. All right, so exit that, exit that. All right, so we're running one job number 1, mode. So then basically you pick job 1 and you pick how many tabs, 1, 2, or 3. I got it set to 2. Your offset is where you want them to hit. So you take your 11 inches, divide it by 3, and your first spot is 2.83. Your second tab is 5.67. Obviously, you can move them to wherever you want. These are 1-inch tabs. You can run up to, where is my appendix? All right, there's your spec sheet. Up to 20,000 an hour with single tab, and then it rolls down to 3 tabs on an 11-inch sheet, 8,000 pieces an hour. Obviously, you can slow it down. 3x5 is your min size, 13x17 is your max size. 3/4 inch tabs like stamps are your smallest, and then 1.5. Up to a 16-inch roll, so we'll do your 10,000 roll stamps. Your 10,000 roll 1.5-inch stamps. Lost my train of thought. Sorry, it's almost Friday. All right, so tabber, the FF30 is the model. FF30 feeder. Give you a roll of tabs and the manual, and I have a 6-foot conveyor. So I'm just gonna show you that it's running. I'm gonna slow it down just so you can see. So we go back. Okay, so when you go into job 1, 2, 3, or 4, those are your saved jobs. Your tabs, number of tabs. Your offset is where you want them to place. Your backing, you can use opaque, like these are just white and translucent. They call it opaque, but it's translucent. Clear. Your pitch is your space. You got to tell it what kind of tab. So the current liner is opaque. I'm sorry if you can't see this in the glare. And then pitch is going to be the space from the top of this tab to the top of the next tab. So it's 1 inch plus the 0.125. And it's not exact because the sensor sees it. It just needs to know where to look. And that's it. Then basically you hit go. You hit run. This is your transport start and stop. Speed for this. I don't think it uses this speed when this is being set. And believe it or not, this is a very robust feeder. This is used on a lot of memjets and a lot of envelope printers now because it's better than the other style, like the envelope feeder style. Anyway, all parts are available. Toolless setup, toolless changeover. You do have your registration adjustment here. This locks in with just a pin, just for an alignment. My height might be a hair high, but it doesn't matter. And then you have your height adjustment. That's the only other thing. So this goes up, and it raises on both sides. And that's how you control your tension on your feed. That's what I was looking for before. Thickness, 3/8. 3/8 of an inch. So if you have like a weird roll fold that needs to be double tabbed, you can run the thickness on this. This is also adjustable here. This is it does like this. And I probably have the wrong screw in there, so it's blocking it from going further down. But I'll fix that. I'll get the right screws here. But it ran fine when we tested it. Okay. I got some tabs on here, so let me take these out. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let it run. Okay, you exit out of your job. You go to V tab. I'm sorry. So when you're in your job, you're here. You hit exit. You go to V tab. This is where you adjust your sensor. So what you do is you get your tab ready to go. So like, for instance, see how my tab's just sticking out, just a hair, right by that hand? Can you see that? It's just starting to peek out. See it? Okay. That notch is supposed to be the center line. I have it up a little bit more because I wanted it to wrap a little bit more. But you can play with that by just pushing this in. We'll move that in more. That notch in this is where it's going to centerfold, where it's going to, wrap around under here. So that wraps it under, and then this pushes it down. All the rollers are clean. Like, this thing's brand new. All right, so you basically get the tab to stick out, and then you back it off. So you're only going after the liner now. And the liner is going to give you a voltage that's going to be like 31. No tab, just the liner. Then you hit backing. That locks in the backing number. Then you move it ahead to where the tab is. Like right now I'm on the tab. I'm getting 95 volts, 0.95 volts on the sensor. Then you hit V tab, tab V, tab voltage. That's it. Once you set that, it knows that when the voltage goes to 0.61, it clicks. It knows it's off the tab. Exit that, exit that. We're in job 1. We're going to hit start. Okay, so it's on now. and then you hit transport and it's going to start running. And you just got to watch. If there's any transportation issues, any feed issues, you adjust. This should be tighter. Running 4,300 an hour. And what did it say? 10,000 was the speed. So I'm going to speed it up. Now you know why you need the big extension table to catch these. As you can see, everything works. It's a great tabber for anyone looking to bring this level of production in-house. I know they're not centered perfectly, but just a demo, old stock. Questions, comments, reach out. This is a great machine, ready for its next home. If you have a job you're not sure of, let me know. This will tab booklets. This will tab heavy envelopes. This will stamp anything you want to stamp. You can run this in line. This comes off, and then you can put your inkjet in front of it. You can put this in front of your inkjet and use this as a feeder, and then inkjet right out of it. A lot of stuff you can do. Any questions, reach out. Good luck. I'm going to have the reserve set pretty low on this. Good luck. Happy bidding.